Hello again, Warren here, once again with the Peach State Prime Transformers channel. And this week has just been, or the week of this recording, has really been a heavy week for both leaks as well as official news of new toys coming out. Um, this video is going to cover some of the I almost said Age of Extinction. Boy, that's a while back. Age of the Primes, this next wave, which I believe is Wave 3. These are the official stock photos, and that came out, as well as, kind of the announcement. We might have had some listings of these, previously as far as leaks, but there's actually a lot of good stuff here. So let's jump right into it because there's a lot to cover. First off, we have our Combaticon team expanding, this time with Swindle, who is a Voyager. He's packed in with some extra pieces, so of course you can form Bruticus once you have all the Combaticons. I personally think this Swindle looks great. You know, he looks like a classic Swindle, as we've ever seen him. And I think it's pretty safe to say that in most cases, Swindle is everybody's favorite Combaticon, just because he seems to have the most personality in the media. And he looks pretty cool, too. He looks like a classic Transformer. So, of course, he does have his classic Jeep mode, and then he does come with an additional trailer. He can haul, again, additional, parts for the combiner, which is plussing him up to that Voyager size. But I like this even as a standalone figure. I haven't necessarily been collecting all of the new combiners, just simply because, most of the Combiner Wars ones, I find pretty satisfying. With a few exceptions. I know some of them didn't come out as good as others, namely Menasor, and I'm still holding out trying to get that G2 one completed. But anyways, that's another story. Up next, we also have Voyager. It's a repaint of Vector Prime in his gold colors, which I believe was something that was done later on in the Cybertron line where he debuted. Um, and I think he looks pretty good. I'm personally not collecting a lot of the new versions of the what's known as the Unicron Trilogy. Armada, Energon, Cybertron. I have the originals of the figures and characters that interested me, and I think they'll still stand stand the test of time pretty well here. But for this being a remake of the figure, I think the paint looks good, and it's as good as you're going to get for a remake of this version of Vector Prime. So no complaints, just not something that I'll probably be adding to my collection. The next one I have a love-hate relationship with. This is Joyride, who of course is one of the Target Masters, and a repaint and retool of the recent Sure Shot mold that we had as part of Age of the Primes, kind of early on. I love the colors on this figure. I really do. I think the head sculpt is awesome, and it's always nice to have more Target Masters and Headmasters. I think it looks good in both robot and vehicle mode. My only complaint is that it's that Sure Shot mold again. It's fine. It's not great. If you go back, I actually have my full video reviews. It was one of the first videos I made for this channel when I started it. And, Sure Shot, I just think that the transformation is more difficult than it needs to be for what it pulls off in both modes. And I'm going to feel the same way about Joyride here. However, I don't have the original or the current version of or any remake of Joyride. I don't know if there ever was one. So more than likely I'll be adding this to my collection because, it's an all right toy. I had a lot of QC issues with and I forget the exact name, the Target Master for my Sure Shot. It was complete garbage. It keeps falling apart when you fold the legs. So hopefully they fix that issue for Joyride here. The next one surprises nobody, and that is Tailgate, which of course is a repaint with a new head of the Wind Charger mold we also got in Age of the Primes. Yes, I'll probably end up getting this one. I don't believe I have a remake of Tailgate. I have the original. But, I'd love to have one with modern tooling. So, this will probably definitely be part of my collection. And I mean, yeah, he's a little boring. I mean, most Transformers that are primarily white with little other color, especially when that other color is black, in vehicle mode and a little bit of blue in robot mode. It's a little boring, but, it's what it was in G1. So, if they added too much color, it wouldn't be Tailgate, would it? The next figure we got here is, and the last two, Joyride and, of course, Tailgate are both deluxes. The next figure we have is also a deluxe, and this one's interesting. This is a reissue of Pointblank. Now, I got the original Pointblank. I'm completely satisfied with it. This one's interesting, though, because they actually did a different paint job on it. Instead of a darker red for the arms and legs here, it's a little bit brighter. I think the blue might be a little bit brighter, but the big change is that chest / cockpit, driver's seat, whatever you want to call it, was clear on the original version that came out not too long ago. I think it was Legacy. Anyways, it is now opaque. It is no longer clear, which is actually probably more in line with the original G1 toy. I think it looks fine in robot mode and vehicle mode. The red and blue work well together. It's one of my favorite color combinations. Truth is, though, I'm perfectly happy with my first release, so, I have no intention of picking this one up, but I'm happy it's being offered again for those who missed out on it the first time, and, you got Sure Shot, you got Joyride coming, and so, you want a chance to be able to complete your Target Master collection. I haven't seen anything on this yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if we see that Crosshairs re-released, potentially with a Target Master partner this time, because he did not come with one in his original release way back. I believe it was the War for Cybertron trilogy, because he shared the same mold as the Siege Ironhide toy. So, pretty sure, it was around that time frame that he came out. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him again soon. Up next is the one I'm most excited about, and that is Fangry, the Headmaster. Now, again, a deluxe. I missed out on this figure. This was initially offered as part of one of the many, many, many Target exclusive box sets. I believe there was 4 figures in it. I'm thinking, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe this is like the Creatures Collide or something pack. If you remember the name of it, again, please leave a comment. One thing I don't understand, though, and again, I don't have the original, or I have the original Fangry figure, but I don't have the original release of this version of Fangry. And I'm not familiar with why that wolf head is displayed separately, if it's done as an extra accessory to make it work. Um, so again, if you know why that is, leave a comment. But I do think it looks great in both modes. Both is kind of werewolf mode here, werewolf bat, um, with bat wings. And then, of course, I think he looks great in robot mode. And I'm very excited because I have never picked up any of the Target box sets just because it's a little cost prohibitive. I like to break up my purchases and spending. So I'm very glad that's coming out. Fingers crossed. I believe it was, I think it was the same box set that there was a gold bug that came out. I love for a new gold bug because, number one, from my previous video, I'd love to have more Throttlebots or Throttlebot representation at all. And then I don't really have a remake of Goldbug for my shelf. So as much as they love Bumblebee, hopefully we'll get some Goldbug love coming up soon. Moving on to the Voyagers, there are two. The first one is Megazarak, and I think he looks great. Again, this is a leader class toy, and hopefully I said that right previously. Yes, we're moving on to the leaders, not the, I don't know what I said, but hopefully I said the right thing, and not like Ultras or Voyagers. I think I said Voyagers. Anyways, moving on. I think Megazarak just looks awesome here. Of course, this is based on the redeco of the Armada Megatron toy that was originally released as part of the official Transformers Collectors Convention, which is what, kind of sort of was BotCon for a while, even though, there were some arguments over that name. But, again, that's another story, another history lesson for another day. But that's where this repaint comes from. And, of course, shares the name with a certain, or part of the name with a certain, headmaster. But, I think this looks great. I personally did not pick up, and of course, with that being the story behind this repaint, of course, this mold was already used for Armada Megatron and Armada Galvatron. But this is my favorite paint scheme on this. I love the teal and the really bright kind of orangish red on there. I am tempted to pick this up because I have the original Megazarak that this toy is based on, and I have them kept in a box. So I'd love to have some representation of that outside of the box. I think that'd be really, really cool to have in the tank mode here. I mean, yes, you still have, and it goes back to the original Armada Megatron toy. Never liked how the head, I mean, yes, those antler things are kind of grabbers in the tank mode, but never liked how easy it was. The head was just right there, even though it does have a plate that covers the face, so they met me halfway there. But, again, for who this character is and what it's based on, I think they knocked it out of the park with this paint job. It's great. It's something I would expect from a convention exclusive. The last one I'm not really going to spend much time on because I have a whole video dedicated to it when it leaked. But we do have the official images of Unicron Soldier now. And, they're not much different from what we saw in those unofficial photos from the 2005 boards. So, I shared my thoughts at length on that individual video. So, that's just kind of some of my thoughts. I mean, no, I'm not breaking this news to you, but I am kind of sharing my thoughts and just kind of doing a recap here for anyone considering purchasing these, because they should be up for pre-order by the time this video goes up. And if they're not, they will be soon. Anyways, if you did enjoy this video, again, going over this new wave of Age of the Primes, please give this video a like here on YouTube. And, of course, subscribe to the Peach State Prime Transformers channel for more content like this, toy reviews, taking a look at news that hits, and just other fun stuff all related to Transformers. And of course, leave a comment. You know, I gave you a couple call outs earlier, but, you know, what's your favorite figure from this wave, or do you not like any of them, or do you like them all? Feel free to share. And of course, if you're looking for other fun videos, I do have my original channel, simply called Peach State Prime, which you can find here on YouTube, and feel free to give that a look. I got stuff on there, travel videos, stuff from amusement parks, events, tourist attractions, fun places to eat and shop, all there, and hope you enjoy those as well. Anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day, and God bless.